All right, what's good, y'all? I'm back with another interview, you feel me? And I'm here with,
Jamie James. I'm the director of Hollywood Pompeii Studios, and I'm excited.
you know that. Hope you guys ready to get straight into this interview, you feel me? Let's get it. All right, how you doing today?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing awesome. Thank you for taking time out to do this interview with me.
Thank you for inviting me to do an interview because it's awesome
Most
and my
definitely.
first time actually.
So I just finished the interview with Pompey, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, and you're his director and stuff like that.
Yes,
So
yes.
just tell me a little bit about, what your job is.
Well, so I like to make sure I look after the facility for the most part. So that includes like making sure we're stocked with water, snacks, make sure the lighting is good, make sure that everybody that comes through here is satisfied. That's what I care about. So trying to make sure that we change it up with the props, the scenery, making it interesting, and just setting a certain tone for the facility, basically. Um, and even outside of this, it doesn't necessarily have to just be here because we've ventured off and gone other places and made sure that people are good there too. So I just wherever I go, I just want to make sure the direction is positive, basically.
Right, most definitely.
Yeah.
So tell me how you met Pompey. Like, how'd you get in this position?
So basically, we had a mutual person at the time that we both knew, and that person introduced me to Hollywood. And it's funny because he was doing. I used to do this show. I don't really want to say the name, but I used to do a show, and I was working with that brand at the time, and he was filming my episodes for that show, and he had a dream for the warehouse and all that stuff, and he was expressing to me how he wanted to do certain things, and Hollywood Pompeii Studios came to life then. And I was like, yo, like, I do graphics. And he liked how I was pushing the brand I was working with at the time, and he was like, if you would want to come here and help me work on Hollywood Pompeii Studios, that would be dope, and we could just really build it. And I was like, sure, I'm honored to help out. So that's how I got here.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, he
So
just took a chance on me.
so being in the position that you're in now,
Hmm.
um, I guess what would you say is like the most exciting thing that you've done so far?
Oh my gosh. I honestly, I'm an empath. I don't know if you know what that is. So I I love every experience. I'm the type of person, I'm
Yeah.
grateful for everything. Whether it be like what we're doing now, of course, this is awesome. Somebody coming in just to give some ideas, having meetings, like just whatever. I love being around different people. So I would say one of my main experiences here that I've grown to love is watching Hollywood and Pineapple Films, because we have both of them as videographers here. I love watching them do their work, and it's amazing to watch them come to life as they film, because they're totally different people when they're filming. So I get that experience because I love art. So I just love artists doing art. And I love seeing all these different artists come through and how they have so many different forms of music and just their attitudes and their energy. And all these sets, they bring them to life every time. And it's always a different video. It's never the same video, no matter if it's the same set or not. So I would say it's a blessing from God to be able to talk to all these different people and help them with their branding and all of that. So yeah.
That's crazy because like I've in past interviews I've literally told people the exact same thing.
Really?
That I
Mm.
like I love like a culmination of like
Yeah.
different, you know what I'm saying, like pieces coming together like to
Yeah, it's
create like
beautiful.
art, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's like a music video, whether it's,
Yep.
graffiti, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm into like sculpting and stuff like that,
Oh,
drawing. I drew my logo.
wow. So were
Yeah.
you like into visual arts before?
Yeah. I
Okay.
took AP art in high school, you know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Then like when I went to some college, you know what I'm saying, and I did art there as well,
Yeah.
and I was trying to get into like coding and like real graphic design and stuff like that
Cool,
because I
cool.
wanted to make video games, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, that's so dope.
Yeah.
Yo, that's fire.
Yeah, it's just
So you
it's
have that kind of brain, because it's a certain kind of brain for that. That's dope.
it is well because I like to watch things, like you
Come to
said, come
life.
to, yeah, like
Yeah,
literally. So I
for sure.
definitely resonate with what you're saying.
Love it, love it, love it. Because I feel like, honestly, we're here to create. Now, whatever form that is, that's up to you as an individual. But I've always, as long as I've been like here on this earth, I just love helping people get to the next level. I don't know, something about that. God put me on this earth to like just be some sort of, I guess, a fire starter in a way, because I don't necessarily keep the fire going, but I know how to infuse the fire some kind of way,
Yeah.
or influence it. I should
So
say, not
I
influence.
got a pretty good question for you
Yeah.
next. So, I've seen on your like on your Instagram page and on like your YouTube channel and stuff
Oh
that
yeah.
yes, that that you're into like astrology and stuff like that, or like
Love it.
motivational speaking and stuff like that. So just
Yes.
tell me a little bit about that.
It's actually crazy because in this story, I know it's so weird how it all ties together, but I'm actually a huge fan of XXX So like back before he passed, he always spoke about like doing whatever you love and becoming a character. So in a sense, like acting out a script. And I was like, you know what? I have always wanted to do something with words. I just knew that at the time. I was like, something with words, God, if you could help me piece that together. Because I had so many thoughts and they would drive me crazy. And like something would always guide me to like speak to people. And mind you, I was very shy. I was like mute kind of for like most of my life. I did not talk. I was very sheltered and introverted. So getting me to speak was like ridiculous because I was super
Yeah,
shy.
yeah,
But so one day, I'll never forget. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something with these words. I'm tired of like keeping them to myself because I feel like people can learn from what I have to say. So hopefully somebody listens. And one day I just started doing things on Instagram. It was really all over the place because I didn't really know anything about editing at the time or anything like that. But I knew I just wanted to put content out, and I did it for a year straight. Every single day, I just put out short little videos, motivating like I do now. And that's actually what I used to do with the brand before. And I didn't even know public speaking or motivational speaking was a thing at the time. I don't know how I didn't know that, but I just never heard of it. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing necessarily, but I love doing it. And then that's when YouTube started because I wanted to branch off, and people kept saying, you know what, you do great on Instagram, you should try YouTube. And I was a fan of YouTube ever since I was little, but I just never thought there was a place for me there.
right.
But then I was like, you know what? I can tie this motivational speaking brand into YouTube. So then that's where Jamie plus James came from at the time. And I'm into anime and Korean culture and all that. So like that's where my quirky little intros come from with the little music and all that. And
I
I'm
know. I
goofy and
peeped that. I peeped that. I
yeah, I'm
peeped that.
I'm very strange in that
No,
sense,
no,
I
no, no,
guess.
no. I'm a, I'm
Yeah.
not, I wouldn't call myself a weeb, but like,
Gotcha.
I'm a
Oh
real,
yeah.
but I'm a real,
Wait, they
real
say
diehard.
weeaboos, huh?
Oh,
Weeaboos, was it?
weeaboo.
I think that wasn't that the term at the back in the day was weeaboo, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
would say I need to get back into more animes because these animes now are awesome. But
Like,
yeah,
so what would you say is like your favorite anime?
ooh, that's hard.
At least top five.
Okay, so I'm old school, so I know a lot of people are into the new ones, but I would say Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah, yeah.
I love Yu Yu Hakusho.
Dope.
I love Cowboy Bebop is dope. How could I ever forget Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X, whichever one is the same.
Yeah.
And if I had to put it up there, Naruto. How could I ever forget Naruto? That was my whole life. I literally was obsessed.
Childhood,
Yeah, like
literally.
I thought Sasuke was a real person.
I,
It was.
I was like, why she say like Sasuke or Itachi? What?
Oh my God, Sasuke!
I'm
I would
joking.
like me and my friends. If
I'm joking.
anybody ever talked trash about Sasuke, I would bite their head off. It was
I
over with.
mean, but he is weaker than Naruto.
He is no,
Yeah.
no, for sure. Nah,
It's
he's weird.
nah,
Yeah,
because he's an edge lord. That's why you like
yeah,
edge
he's
lords.
super edgy and
Yeah, yeah,
emo, and
yeah,
it's like, bro, get out of here. But he's dope with his one
yeah,
arm. You know what I'm saying? He chilling, big chilling. You know?
yeah. He didn't. It's a whole another thing. So, have you ever
He's chilling.
I guess, what's some things that you've learned uh
Mhm.
throughout your journey, like just additional skills that you didn't have when you first started?
With the studios or just in general?
No, just in general.
I would say honestly, my people skills have become a bit better because, like I said, I was not a speaker, so I've become more extroverted. So I'm more of an extroverted introvert, if that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Catch
I
me in
mean, like
certain
you,
settings though.
yeah, I'm about to say you still like to yourself, but then it's like,
Yeah, I pop
just
out when the like this.
yeah,
I'll pop out, but if I don't feel comfortable, it will be hard. It would be like
yeah,
ridiculous, like I said, to get me to talk. Really,
yeah.
I have to feel a vibe. But yeah, yeah.
So just tell me, like I mentioned earlier,
Hmm.
some of the other things that you're into. So you're into astrology. Just kind of
Yeah.
tell me what made you get into that.
It's funny actually because I've always had a love for astrology since I was a little girl. I was always drawn to all of that. I just did not know about natal charts and all that at the time because I didn't know we were more than one sign. We're not just one sign.
Yeah,
And I just thought I was a Virgo. That was it. No, it's so much more to it. And I actually do tarot reading, or I did. I have a tarot deck at home. I got into that because of astrology, and I can't exactly remember what put me onto astrology. I just knew. I think it was because the whole star aspect of it. I love like what is that? The cosmos and all that stuff, or what is that? No, that's more so that other thing. But you get what I'm saying. I
yeah,
love the fantasy of it all. I love how we can literally just find out who we are through astrology because I've literally learned more about myself through astrology than probably anything else in life, and it's so accurate. That's why when a lot of people say they don't believe in it, I'm like, have you done your natal chart? Because if you do your natal chart, you'll see that it's you to the T. Like it'll tell you about your love life. It'll tell you about how you
yeah.
respond in certain situations. It'll express to you what brings you to life, what brings you down. Like it's just like a
No,
cheat
definitely,
code. That's why I love it.
literally, literally.
Yeah,
And I mean, I wouldn't really call that fantasy. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
It's that's real.
It's just I guess I like how. I mean, well, I don't know if that's accurate.
The
How they
history behind it.
Yeah, they do a lot of the stars and all that. I don't even know if astrology really pertains to that, but the way the branding always is always a lot of stars involved in the branding that I see with astrology, and I just love that vibe because I love Sailor Moon. Like it reminds me of that, like all that fantasy based things. That's the only thing I could think of.
Right.
I just like that. But yeah.
So I guess with that being said, tell me a little bit more about
Mhm.
who you are as a person.
Ooh, okay. Very sensitive. And I'm gonna call out all the Virgos here. We're super sensitive people. We just pretend not to be. We pretend to be dead, but we're not. so, and I mean that in the sense that like we act like we don't feel anything, but I feel everything. And a lot of the time, I'm the type of person you'll catch me wearing my emotions on my face. I try not to, but if I'm upset, you'll see it. If I'm happy, you'll see it. If I'm in between, you'll see it. There's a confliction on my face at all times. I'm not gonna lie. Being here, I've gotten a little bit better at that.
Right.
But to really summarize who I am, I would say that I have a strong love for people in the world. I care a lot about the world. I really want to leave behind a strong legacy. Like that's something I'm really into
That's
is
crazy.
building.
It's
Yeah, I want
every
to be remembered for something special.
that's crazy. I really could I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because of my moon sign, literally.
Or the Virgo. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. See,
yeah,
you see what I'm
yeah. So
saying?
I trust me.
It's
I
crazy.
understand. I
They
understand.
connect. So like, yeah, I think I'm learning to use my sensitivity as a superpower more these days than to use it as the way to burden myself because it can be a burden if you allow it to be. Just like anything in life, there's yin and yang to these things. Like it's a good side and the bad side. So you just got to find that balance. So I'm trying to develop a balance with this sensitivity because I'm hypersensitive. Um, but I would say I'm pretty bubbly, goofy, and very weird. I like
I don't know why
things
you keep
that
saying weird.
because I like things that are unconventional. Not the type of weird where it's like off-putting, but the weird that like it just is different. I'll
No,
say I'm
yeah, yeah,
different
yeah.
instead of saying weird. I'll say I'm different.
Diverse. You're
Diverse. There
diverse.
we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we use that.
So, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Ooh, having it my way, I want to be traveling all over the world, giving motivational speeches, doing TED Talks, meeting all kinds of beautiful people. I actually want to do something in Africa at some point with the babies and all that. I'm into all that. I know cliche, like Mother Teresa style type stuff. I really want to get into humanitarianism. That's something that speaks to my soul. And I hope that God opens the door to where I can do humanitarianism the way I want to.
Yeah.
And creating books and a series or whatever, just something to help people to stay alive. I care about people living, and that's something I really want to get into, is like mental health and all that good stuff, and give people a purpose, help them to find their purpose. That's what I
Yeah.
hope I'll be doing by then, is helping
'Cause
so many people stay here.
not gonna lie, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are just kind of like
Mm-hmm.
just aimlessly wandering.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really
Yeah,
put too much thought into like their
I
own
was one of those
existence.
people though.
I don't know. I've always done that from a child though.
You've
Like
known what you wanted.
no, as far as trying to better understand just my own
Oh,
existence and stuff
okay,
like that.
okay.
Because then when you try to better understand yourself,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
or like you seeking for higher knowledge. I guess that's the best thing. I've
yeah.
always kind of been in search, still am. You know what I'm saying, about
Mm-hmm.
like what's the grander scheme of things. You know what I'm
Gotcha,
saying,
I
and then
feel it.
if how big of an impact do I need to make, just for me to be satisfied before I leave this earth,
That's
basically.
your Virgo speaking so hard. That's
Yeah,
that Virgo.
like
We're always trying to be fulfilled.
yeah,
Like it never
yeah,
stops. But that's beautiful though. And it helps with your Sag side too, because that fire,
yeah,
you're gonna get out there and you're making things happen as we speak. You know, you're giving people like me a platform to speak and be known somehow. And
yeah. I wanna
yeah.
I'm trying to get like a little,
Mm-hmm.
not just an anime podcast, but it's like something
Oh,
along the lines of that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. That'd be dope.
So like
Mm-hmm.
I guess like, well, we'll talk more about it at the end of the
For
interview. You
sure,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
If
like,
I can help you, let me know.
right. Is there any other comments, you know what I'm saying? Any other, anything you got going on you want people who gonna watch the interview to know about that you may have coming up or whatever?
I would just say stay tuned for what Hollywood Pompeii Studios has in store for everyone, because we're trying to really build in a different way. We're trying to set ourselves apart from everybody. And I think we're doing a great job, and I'm super excited for what's to come. And of course, if you need any graphics or anything like that, feel free to hit my DMs on Instagram at Hollywood Jamie, Hollywood_Jamie_. And motivational stuff. I'll definitely be developing that more. And just once again, trying to speak to people. And if I could just leave any words of advice, I would just say take your time and don't overthink everything. Life is what you make it out to be. So you can be whoever you want to be, literally, and don't let anybody tell you no. Sometimes a no is a step closer to a yes, believe it or not. So you can do whatever you want to do. Just stay alive and see it through. And I promise you, something is going to shake at some point. Just believe in yourself. So,
That's
yeah.
that's hard. That's hard. Beautiful final words. You feel
Thank you.
me?
Thank you.
Again, thank you again for taking time out for this interview. You feel me? Hope you guys enjoyed this interview. You feel me? Link to all her stuff down in the description. You
Yes,
feel me? I'll also go check out that Hollywood Pompeii interview. Shout out to Pompeii.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys like this interview. Hope you comment. Hope you subscribe. You feel me?
Yes.
And I'll catch you guys in the next one.
And thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Peace.